It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
So, camera workshops. Before this workshop, I had very little knowledge and experience with handling cameras, especially when it came around to professional cameras. For the example, the one we use, Blackmagic Mini Ursa. So, Matt, our teacher, taught us how to operate the camera from the very basics. So, taking the camera out and putting it back into the case. I also learnt when to use and not use such a camera. So, the camera needs to be suited for the job, as that is very important. After moving it from the box, we learned how to set it up. Also learned the accessories that the camera can be attached to, for example the tripod and shoulder pad. In our case, we used the tripod. In the next workshop, we learned a few basic rules we need to apply when we are filming with the camera. So an example would be rule of thirds, 180-degree rule, camera exposure, so indoor, outdoor, etc. And the modes, so like auto, portrait, macro, landscape, sport, night portrait, and advanced. In order to practice and learn to apply these skills and knowledge that we learned in the workshop, we were given a task to create a short sequence with dialogue. And that went quite well. Another crucial tip that our teacher Matt gave us when filming: it is better to spend every second filming in order to avoid missing any potential camera shots and angles, as it will be very difficult, expensive, and time consuming in the real world to travel back and reshoot. And while shooting the sequence, we made a few stupid mistakes, like we forgot to change the exposure of the camera to indoor, hence our footage came out looking a bit yellow. But it was alright. Matt saved the day once again and helped us color grade the footage while we were in the editing stage. So in the editing workshops, before this workshop, I hadn't really been properly taught how to use an editing program. However, before that I was just self-teaching myself, so like watching YouTube videos, and I was also using Final Cut Pro and iMovie to edit some like basic drone footage that I captured. So we used Adobe Premiere at school. And the fun fact is, Adobe Premiere was used to edit Deadpool, so it shows that it's perfectly fine to be using it for what we use, as it was used professional grade for Deadpool. So we learned from the very basics. We learned about abbreviations that are commonly used in the software. We also learned how to trim down unwanted scenes and unwanted sounds, for example opening the door twice and some repeated dialogue. We also learned how to add in titles, so like directors, actors, and etc. So there's a rule of 3. So the viewer must be able to read the writing on the screen like quickly 3 times, so skim read 3 times, so the fast readers don't get bored and the slow readers to not have enough time to finish. So the pre-production stage, location was by Luke, however I added some extra information. The location we chose was the Herwood House basement, so it had a corridor and a changing room. And then the costume, I did that, so I gave a brief outline of what the characters were going to wear. And then the pre-production was by Kasim, but I don't think there was enough information there, hence I did a lot more extra research. And then the character profile, I thought it would be quite interesting to create a character profile, so it would help the audience know the characters. Also, contacting our cast. We had Mats, Manny, and Ivan as our actors. And then I created also a cast profile, so I thought it would link up quite cool with the characters. And then the production schedule was by Luke, and basically just gave an outline of how the day was and everything. And thank you for watching.